So in today's video, we're going to talk about down payment and down payment assistance. So my name is Dan Freer. I do this report every day to inform you guys what's going on with real estate. So today I've decided to do a video because there's really no economic news out today. The Fed's coming out tomorrow with a ton of information. But today I wanted to kind of debunk some myths about down payment and down payment assistance. Recently, we partnered with Rocket Mortgage to provide you guys with a program that's basically flooding our phone lines right now. Probably 8 out of 10 applications we're taking right now are people looking to put down only 1%. Yes, I said 1% when trying to buy their first house. So I'm going to go over all those programs here in a minute to inform you guys how you can get involved with that 1% down program. But I wanted to do something, and I'm like, okay, let me figure this out. Let me go online and just Google and say, how much do I really need for a down payment? Because my goal is to educate you guys out there and to try to figure out where you're getting your information, and then can we give it a thumbs up or maybe a thumbs down if it's accurate or not. So today's what we're going to talk about is down payment, how much you really need, and how do you get it, and the myths behind it, and also the good, the bad, and the ugly. So what I did is I Googled up down payment assistance programs because I want to see what Google has to say about all this. So the first thing I want to say is, what is the biggest negatives when using down payment assistance? Well, the biggest negatives is it costs more over time. Yes, it does. The reason being is in most cases, the down payment assistance programs that you'd get into have a rate that's at least 1% higher than the average rate you would be able to get otherwise if you weren't using a down payment assistance programs. Also, it comes with additional fees that you wouldn't have if you didn't take a down payment assistance program. So in this case, I'll give this a thumbs up. So yes, it's going to cost you more in fees, and it's going to cost you a much higher interest rate. So that is number one. We're going to give that a thumbs up. Is it hard to get a loan for a down payment? Well, that's completely up to you and your situation. In most cases, people need 3% of a down payment. That's the norm out there that we're seeing right now, prior to us partnering with Rocket Mortgage to offer their 1% down. But I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. Most people think you need to put 20% down, but you don't. In most cases, you need 3% down. So do you have 3% down? Well, our average loan right now our average purchase price is $300,000. So if you're looking at that 3% down program, you're going to need $9,000. So is it hard to get $9,000 with a loan as a personal loan? Well, one, you can't really get a personal loan to get a down payment for the purchase of your first house. That disqualifies you unless you get that money, put it in the bank for 3-4 months, and then use that money at that time. So this one, I'm going to say it's probably not as easy as you think. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it. So I'll give this one a thumbs down. All right, the next one we have, this one actually goes over our car payments. So I'm not going to go over that one. $1,000, is that enough? No, and it was talking about cars. What's a strong down payment? Well, most people think you need 20% down. Do you? Well, that depends on the seller of the property. Most sellers today in 2023, they're going to look at your offer. They're going to see how many bids they have. They might have 2, 3, 4 bids, and they're going to pick the strongest one. What's the strongest one? Well, it is a conventional loan with more and more and more of a down payment. Well, that's easier said than done. If you don't have that, at least it gives you the opportunity to put a bid on a house. And many houses right now aren't getting many contracts on it as well. And if you can close on time, you're using a reputable lender like ourselves, we can actually talk to the seller and help us kind of sell your position to have them accept your offer. So we're willing to work with your agents as well as the selling agent to talk to them and talk them off a cliff to say, you're a very valid applicant and we can for sure close on time. So this one I'm going to say is, I'll give it a kind of a okay. What's the least amount you need for a down payment? Now, here's where things kind of fall off the rails. FHA requires as little as 3.5% down. Fact? Yes, that's fact. VA and USDA have no down payment requirements. Fact? Yes, those are facts. So we have VA and USDA, no money down. Then we have FHA, that is 3.5% down. Those are the government programs. Now, there are conventional programs offered by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. We have access to those as well that only require 3% of a down payment. So they didn't put it on here. They said, what is the least amount? Well, they should have put the conventional financing on here because it is lower than the 3.5% that they're putting up there for FHA. So again, we're trying to debunk a lot of these things that you're researching to make sure you guys are getting the accurate information. So that is, I'm going to say that's half true, but they missed some information in there. What is considered a low down payment? Well, nothing, I guess. You should do down payment and then low down payment. Like we just discussed the down payments that you need. Okay, so now let's get to this one. What credit score do you need if you're looking to put a no down payment loan? Well, everything across the board says 640. You usually need a 640, at least 640 for the zero down USDA loans. Okay, well, I kind of did some research and I looked over here and said, went to USDA's website. Can't really find anything on there. So I actually went over to our, well, I Googled it. It also says in Google, at least 640. So basically so far on our research here, it says you need a 640 credit score to get a USDA loan. I'm going to give this a 20 Pinocchios and a thumbs down. The reason being is I just went into one of our lenders. Flagstar is one of the lenders we are assigned to. So I am a mortgage broker. I'm also licensed in all 50 states throughout the whole country, as well as Puerto Rico. So what we do is we have the availability to offer you programs from companies such as Rocket, such as Flagstar, 75 of the country's largest mortgage companies, banks, and credit facilities. And we can offer their programs and their rates to you guys. So we can do all this shopping for you. But here's their guidelines. Credit scores needed. Minimum, doesn't say 640. It says 580. So you have to be really, really careful of the information you get when you're just Googling around. Okay, so let's get over to the one down payment. So again, what we did is we partnered with Rocket Mortgage. We are one of the biggest brokers for Rocket Mortgage, and I'm proud to say that. And we're able to offer you this program. Basically what it is remember we just spoke about the conventional programs available through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that requires a 3% down payment. Okay, what we're going to get you is Rocket Mortgage is actually going to give you 2% of that 3%. So all you're going to be required to have is 1% down. Okay, but if that's not juicy enough, the other thing they have is right down through here. They are waiving. They are not hitting you for what's called PMI. That is private mortgage insurance. So what that is if you do not put down 20%, in almost every loan out there, you would need to pay what's called mortgage insurance. Okay, mortgage insurance usually runs about $100 per 100,000. So like I said, our average loan is $300,000 right now. So in this case, Rocket Mortgage is going to give you 2% of your down payment, which would be $6,000 in basically cash. There's no consequences. There's no taxes need paid on that. Somebody says, well, you're going to get a 1099 reporting that as income. That is inaccurate. It is basically free money for you to use in this transaction. So that's going to give you $6,000 in free money. Also, what it's going to do is it's going to waive or eliminate the PMI. So in that case, a $300,000 purchase would save you about $300 a month in your monthly payment. So how do you get involved in this? How do you kick the tires? How do you figure out if you qualify for this program? All you need to do is go over to therateupdate.com. Two ways to get started on this program. You can, one, give us a call, 844-775-5626. Or if you want to get started really fast, right over here, don't click the short app, hit the apply now button right there. What you're going to do is you're going to answer just a few questions in regards to your scenario. Then within 24 hours, me or one of my mortgage associates is going to get you on the phone or Zoom, or you can do it by text or email, however you want to do it. We're going to answer all those questions that you have, because I'm sure you're going to have questions to get you rolling in regards to this program, to get you into home ownership in 2023 with as little as 1% down. So, like I said, my name is Dan Free. I do this report every day to inform you guys everything that's going on in real estate. So that is it for today. I'm going to ask you one thing like I usually do, and that one thing is, please, all I'm going to ask you to do is give me a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. God bless, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.